Hi, I'm Carolina, your podcast host and expert womb healer. Over the past 5 years, I've served over 500 women to remove physical blockages in their bodies. We achieve this with Reiki. I believe healing doesn't have to be done alone, nor should it be. You will hear stories of healing, methods to heal with, and guest speakers covering taboo topics you won't hear anywhere else. Let's continue this journey of womb healing together. Hi, thank you for joining me today. Happy New Year. This is the first podcast episode of 2023, and I couldn't be more excited. And today we are doing something a little bit different. I did some market research over the holidays, and we are answering all of those important questions that the women gave me. And it's so important to understand what exactly we're talking about when we're talking about Reiki. What is it and how does it work? And that's exactly how we're going to start this episode. It's just the basics. So if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and leave us a 5-star rating and review. We would love that. It's a great way to support the podcast. And this episode is brought to you by the Fertility Foundation Collective, which is our monthly fertility membership supporting women who are trying to conceive and supporting you all the way through postpartum. There is something for everyone. We have live monthly healings with Reiki for everything that you may need for endometriosis, PCOS, all the way to preparing you for birth and reducing pain during pregnancy, and even now through postpartum. We have so many mamas that gave birth to their babies. They need support in Reiki in their postpartum. So again, check that out in the show notes and the episode description, and you can find the link to join the Fertility Foundation Collective. So let's dive into it. What is Reiki? Reiki is a proven stress reduction technique that is a form of energy healing. It's originated in Japan over 100 years ago. And with Reiki, how that is given, it can be done in person, where the person lays their hands on you, but they're not allowed to massage you. There's a difference. Or it can be done virtually, like via distance. So we'll dive into how sessions are done. But essentially, the term Reiki, in Japanese, the words Rei means universal and Ki means life force energy. The life force energy is the exact essence of life that makes your lungs expand, the grass grow, anything that's the difference between alive and not. So Reiki is becoming more mainstream. It's been on the Kardashians. It's often now it can be performed in hospitals. It allows you to heal faster. If you had surgery and didn't have Reiki, it's proven that you can heal faster and better if you receive Reiki before your surgery and after. Reiki is not a cure. It's not a replacement for medical care or proper medical treatment. So if anyone ever tells you that Reiki cures anything, that's wrong. Run. I have run into some Reiki practitioners, even here in Omaha, that say, oh yeah, Reiki cures cancer. That's not an ethical practitioner. Reiki promotes healing, but it's not a replacement for proper medical care with your doctor, with if you're pregnant or doing fertility with your OBGYN. My Reiki circles are to support you. They are to complement your medical treatment plan that you are deciding with your doctor. So Reiki has no dogma. So there is nothing that you need to believe in order to receive Reiki. The only thing you need to do to receive Reiki is consent. Ethical Reiki practitioners will never give Reiki without consent. And Reiki can be done via distance or in person. I did 3 years in-person Reiki sessions, and I have treated over 500 women so far. And now I do all my sessions virtually. I do more group setting work instead of one-on-one. But you can join Reiki circles. Or Reiki shares, or you can do individual one-on-one Reiki. For me, as a person that was seeking healing, I have done a lot of one-on-one Reiki. As a person that was seeking healing, for women who are looking to have community and are looking to conceive, that's why I created the membership. To have accessibility to Reiki at high quality healing at a very economical price was something that was really important to me. So with Reiki, the costs can vary from as low as $20 for 15 minutes to, or if there's a beginner, there's different levels of Reiki, different degrees of Reiki. Reiki 1 is for self, for you'll learn that just to heal yourself. Reiki 2 is what you need to practice on others and to actually be a practitioner. And Reiki 3 is Reiki master level, which is teacher level. And in some lineages of Reiki, there is higher levels, meaning like Karuna, which has the ability to reprogram DNA. It's super powerful to help heal and support ancestral trauma healing at Karuna. I use the word lineages. There's different lineages of Reiki. So it all originated from Japan, and it's called Usui Tibetan Reiki, and that's the original form of Reiki. And since then, as it got passed down, there was very strict rules, and often Reiki was taught during different decades, and depending on where it was taught, was done in secret. It is considered very sacred. So a lot of the symbols were not written down. You weren't allowed to take notes because Reiki had to be done, again, behind closed doors. So, especially after World War II. So with that, you can find the symbols that are taught in different levels. They can look a little bit different. And as over time, as people were taught and they taught other people, it has changed and it can evolve, and it's exactly meant to evolve. The energy is going to grow and expand. So you'll have different lineages of Reiki, such as the original form, which is Usui Tibetan. The most common practice lineage is called Holy Fire, and that's taught through the International Center of Reiki Training here in the U.S. It's actually a global organization, but it's based here in the U.S., I think in Michigan. And they've done a great job of standardizing like a code of conduct and making manuals. So it is in one place. They've done a really great job of creating also spiritual education along with learning Reiki. The courses are typically multiple days. Also, with this, it allows you to learn and connect with other people that might have specialized in Reiki. So I am attuned, and attuned is the word that we'll use it's when the energy is placed into your being. So attunement can be done through meditation, or it can be placed into your body. Depending on the lineage is how you get the energy and the symbols put into your body. With that, I have attunements to Kundalini Reiki, Crystal Reiki, Usui Tibetan Reiki, and Holy Fire 3 Reiki. And those are, and I'm also certified for Reiki for childbirth and pregnancy. So with that, with Reiki, there is so much that can be done and taught, and it can be applied to so many areas. Most Reiki practitioners are not going to be like me, and I'm not like most people anyway, where they niche down, where they are specialized in a certain aspect. I used Reiki to help me get pregnant. I had trouble conceiving my son. If this is your first podcast, welcome. But most people know my story. I wasn't able to conceive very easily. After one Reiki session, I conceived my son, Ollie. He's 6 now. And I went on to get certified with Reiki and went on to then apply it to postpartum, and then expanded from fertility now to postpartum. So with that, most practitioners are not going to specialize in any specific thing. However, I specialize in serving women, again, who want to have babies all the way through motherhood because I've lived it. This is my story. There's a lot of truth and a lot of power found in the pain that you overcome. And that's exactly what led me here and to do the work that I do. It's definitely very rewarding. And with Reiki, it has truly transformed my life and have given me the tools to be able to manage my anxiety, reduce my stress. It is really great to know at any moment if my son has a stomach ache or if any person needs healing or is in discomfort, if I'm in discomfort and we're anything other than blissful, I can apply Reiki through the palms of my hands. And I can even give Reiki through with my eyes. Usually Reiki flows to the palms of your hands, and I can instantly change the energy in the room. I can energetically cleanse our home. I can bless our home with Reiki. I don't have to use sage. If my son has a stomach ache, I can help relieve that instantly with my hands. There is no waiting. There's no depending on a medication. I'm going to emphasize this a lot. Reiki is not a replacement for medicine or proper medical care. But if he has a stomach ache, or if he's a little gassy, I can apply Reiki and allow that to move through. I went to visit a dear friend today, and she's like less than a month postpartum. And she's with Reiki baby number 2. She is such a beautiful soul, and I'm just so blessed to have her in my life. And she's recovering from an ear infection. And she was I can't hear out of my ear. And I was like, then get over here. And she sat in front of me, and I was able to apply my hands to her ears. And by the end of just a few minutes, less than 10 minutes, she could hear out of her right ear versus it was really clogged before. So Reiki doesn't necessarily have to be done for a long time. Reiki can be done for a few minutes to an hour. I've done Reiki. I had a client who was looking to get induced. And she was going to go to the hospital that night to get induced, but she really wanted to try to go into labor naturally. So I gave her a 2-hour Reiki session, and her water ended up breaking on my table. And so it just depends on what you need done will determine the length of your session. But with Reiki, it is just a helpful tool and a very helpful modality to help you move through anything that might be burdening you. If you feel off or heavy or unlike yourself, a Reiki session might be the answer for you because it will allow you to get grounded. It will remove anything that you can't see. We're not meant to know everything, and we're not meant to see everything. And there might be things that are revealed in your Reiki session that you may have not been aware of before. And through Reiki, it will bring anything that's unhealed to the surface using your chakra system. And it can be easily released. As simple as that. Reiki practitioners will know how to hold space for you, and they'll allow you to be. It's very common to cry, fall asleep, laugh, giggle, talk. Some people yawn. Some people take giant poops after they have a Reiki session. Anything is a big release. So some people a lot of people cry. A lot of people cry. A lot of people fall asleep. It's like, a huge part. I know it's a really good one when they're snoring. The Reiki healing is going to happen no matter what. The number one thing that I learned with Reiki is that the energy is going to go where it needs to. And the body is made to heal itself. So with energy, the life force energy, it's going to flow where it's needs to. So if a person, if the practitioner is working on the person's feet, They'll work usually head down or feet up, depending. Most practitioners will start at head up. I start at feet. I start at the feet and then work my way up. And they will be able to balance the person very quickly. And they will be able to remove anything and notice if anything's deficient. If any areas of the body are out of balance, they'll make note of, and they'll tell you this chakra was open, this one's closed, or this one was in balance, or this one was overactive. And I sense that maybe they might give you a reason why, maybe they not. Some Reiki practitioners have additional gifts. I'm a medium. I'm able to see inside people's wounds and see stuck emotional blockages, and usually what those emotional blockages are related to. Now, I can't see inside to the detail I can inside the womb. I can't see in other parts of the body. I can see if the chakra is open and closed with my third eye. I don't need to use a pendulum anymore. A lot of people use pendulums to see if the chakra is open and closed. And I did that for years until my intuition was developed enough. And it's important to know over a period of time, are the same chakras open or closed? Are you working on the same areas of the body? Is there some life changes you need to make in relation to those areas of your life based upon the chakras? And your Reiki practitioner should be able to advise you on that if they're knowledgeable about chakras. So how does Reiki actually work? So it flows from the energy palms of the person, of the practitioner, to the client, and it will go directly where it needs to. So energetically, energy transcends time and space. So if I'm doing it over the phone or over Zoom, I have permission to connect with that person energetically, so I can tap into their energetic field, into their aura, and Reiki will heal their entire aura and all the layers of the aura, so that it's holistically addressing all the issues at once instead of one layer at a time. So that's why also Reiki is very efficient. I love that. To me, Reiki is the best way for moms to heal. You don't have to talk about every God freaking issue and all the aspects of the issue, like in talk therapy, but it allows you to heal faster, because with moms, you're on the go, you're busy, you got little tiny humans like asking for a sandwich and where's your iPad and can I have another drink, or where's my sippy cup, or so like you have stuff to do. And healing is, in my opinion, is a luxury. Is it necessary? Yes, but not a lot of people get to do it. It's a privilege. A lot of people don't have money, time, capacity to heal. I mean, look at our freaking ancestors. They were surviving, and thank God that they did, because we're here. But they didn't get. They were busy surviving. They didn't get the ability to heal or process trauma and emotions or the horrific things that they had to live through just so that the next generation could come. So I feel like Reiki is such a great way to heal, because I've done so many different modalities. And I always encourage you to, if you're curious about something, explore it, YouTube it, ask questions, get on Instagram, look up the hashtags. And if a Reiki practitioner or any other medical provider or any type of coach or any type of healing practitioner is not willing to answer your questions, they're not for you. You should be able to ask all of the questions before you book a session with someone. And if they're not willing to answer them, or if they're blowing you off, or if they're ghosting you or not responding, then let's just choose another one. There are so many Reiki practitioners. And if you're a Reiki practitioner and you're listening to this, the number one advice I could ever give you, there's enough people around to go around. I have noticed in the spiritual community, it can get a little catty. There's enough people to heal. There's enough people to go around for everyone to help. And there's enough Reiki practitioners that you can go to another one. I don't like Reiki from everyone I've seen. I have a Reiki practitioner that helped me conceive Ollie, and I keep going back. I've gotten Reiki for some people who I'm like, ew, I don't like the way you touch me. And then other people I'm like, please, I love everything that about this session. And I feel like I leave floating and I feel so excited. Now, just to recap, Reiki is a form of energy healing and it originated in Japan. It's over 100 years old. It's one of the most sacred ways to heal. It can be done in person. It can be done virtually. It can be done with the hands touching the body or not. Reiki can be a spiritual experience, and you don't have to have any religion to get Reiki. Anyone can receive Reiki. Reiki can be given to animals, people, babies. It applies to every situation to reduce stress, to promote healing. And it's not a replacement for medical care, but it will complement any medical treatment plan that you're doing, whether you're pregnant, trying to get pregnant, if you're postpartum, if you're going into surgery. I've given Reiki to so many people, no matter what situation, if they're going through a grief, if they're having a fight with their husband, if they are going to IVF. I have given Reiki to babies that are growing in a petri dish, that are for that when the eggs are harvested and they're making the embryos. I have sent Reiki to those embryos. I have sent, and those resulted, actually the time that we did that was at a specific request of a client. She ended up pregnant. She just gave birth to her baby boy. So we have 71 Reiki babies. I believe that Reiki can help you get pregnant. I believe Reiki can help reduce the stress if you're going through IUI or IVF. I believe Reiki can help you heal and make changes that you need to. In life, I had to make significant changes in my life when I was ready to get pregnant. I had to eliminate toxic relationships. I had to learn to set boundaries. I had to become peaceful with the fact that if this wasn't going to work out, that I was going to be okay. So Reiki meets you where you're at and allows you to heal and raise your vibration quicker than you think possible. If you have questions, feel free to Instagram me, DM me, send me a voice note. I would love to know that you heard this episode. And just remember, I'm always here for you. You know you're loved. It was an honor to connect and serve you this week. If you are a spiritually curious person wanting to conceive and heal blockages in your fertility, click the link in the episode description to learn more about the Fertility Foundation Collective. Until next time, my friend, know you are loved.